bouncing, bouncing those donkey balls, looking for a place to land. Bouncing, left and bouncing right, looking for a stupid grin. Open your mouth, 'cause here they come.
Speak of the devil, guys. We're talking about Kalen DeBoer. We was just on them, Bruce. But the thing about it is that he didn't see that what you had to do at Alabama is play defense at an SEC level. I think the style of play in the Pac-12, where you could have scoring shootouts, game in and game out, and all you have to do is make a key stop, might have been too deep on his mind. But that didn't transfer to the SEC, and I think that's DeBoer's main problem. What do you think about that, Bruce?
Yeah, I think the defensive coordinator is definitely lacking. And there again, it's not completely on the defense. I really looked at Milrose this last week. He's a different quarterback than he was in week one.
You're right, Bruce, and I think everything is trickling down from Milrose. He's the leader of this team, and he has no confidence, and I think it's trickling down to everybody.
Yeah, and it's showing. It's
when they don't believe they're going to win right now. You can tell they don't believe they're going to win.
What about discipline?
There's a certain hollowness in it. Yeah.
What about discipline, guys? That's another thing I'm noticing with Alabama. That's why I brought up the 15-yard penalty by the guy that basically lost the game for Alabama and against Tennessee when he had his little fit. And that's just stupid stuff at the end of the game. If you got to know and you got to let go right that minute, whatever you're obsessed with, you got to let it go so you can get off the field and get the ball back. And that lack of discipline was also different than the Saban era. But I'm sure
was he a younger? Was he a freshman or a sophomore?
No, he was a junior, I believe.
Yeah, that can't be allowed. It really can't. He
just wasn't there wasn't the discipline there that I'd seen in the past, and that's another thing that can get you through in games. But I agree with you, Doug, that Milroe now Shannon Russell's calling him Mildew, but Milroe is not playing strong as he could, and he's playing.
Bob, I've been calling him Mildew. I've been calling him Mildew this week myself.
Well, really,
he's looked slow. They're not allowing him to get out to the option. They're keeping it all in the backfield.
I don't know what's true, but I'm being told. But I've been told by 3 people up to this point that he hurt his shoulder in the Vanderbilt game. He's trying to hide it, and I don't know if that's the case. If it is, that DeBoer knows that his shoulder's hurt. So my guess is that he still feels more comfortable with Milroe than he does bringing the backup in.
Now, as far as another thing that's interesting is Alabama has won in the past when they had quarterbacks like A.J. McCarron. They've won by possessing the ball and running it however they wanted to, even when they didn't have the quarterback run available to them. And I don't think that's
not what DeBoer does, though.
Right, but he's not able to fall back on that is interesting to me. So if I knew that I could control the clock and I had a little bit of a lead and I could pound the other team into submission, I would try it. Wouldn't you try it every now and then?
I would, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know what makes them tick.
I don't see Bama having the defense to do that, to close out in the last quarter and hold teams at bay.
You're right.
I don't see that. So if you're going to, and it's not that they're going to a prevent, it's just like they're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, this team is out of sync, and it's probably not abnormal when a new coach comes in for something like this to happen. And he's got his work cut out for him. He's going to earn that $9 million this year, isn't he, Bruce?
The only thing that I could say that when DeBoer came to Washington, the cover was not bare; it was full defensively. So he had a lot of staff. I mean, we had several kids that hadn't even seen the field yet that were stockpiled. But that's not an excuse; it's a fact. He had a good defensive team. That's how we also got to the CFP last year. You
Is the
know,
stockpile what it's really about, guys? Is the stockpile of players like Alabama used to stockpile 4 or 5 quarterbacks, 4 or 5 running backs, all the offensive and defensive line you ever dreamed. Now with the
Can't do
transfer
that
portal,
anymore. Can't do it.
right?
yeah. But see, the most of our kids were 2 and 3 star players, but they developed them. They were very good. They came in and they could do the job.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so let's go to
Bama,
the. Go ahead, Bruce.
the only thing I would say is that 2 years ago, when a lot of those 3 and 4 or 4 or 5 star athletes that were there at Bama left, walked out, 15 of them, I believe, at that time. That's 2 years ago. That's a whole lot of product going out the door. Whole lot of beef.
Watch the entire episode of Your Team Sucks Donkey Balls, Week 8, tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern.